What's up, guys? Ritzy K here, bringing you another spicy pick in Carnivine. Carnivine it's a little tough to get, but I was very lucky to get one. Um, I have some pretty awesome friends. I'll just say that. Um, so Carnivine, I love this thing. This thing is so cool. It reminds me of Tangrowth, but not even a little bit bulky. It hits very, very hard, and it can hit ghost types. I picked this thing up in Sinnoh Cup because that crunch coverage is absolutely massive. It makes the drifblim and Frostlass matchup just a little bit less scary. And obviously Carnivine still loses, but if you have a shield advantage, you can actually take them down. Speaking of taking things down, let's go ahead and get into the battles. So into game 1, we have a Sunbro, that's pretty cool. Gastrodon versus Frostlass here. This is not great for me. Frostlass can't take an Earth Power, but it's gonna outpace me very, very easily, so I switch into my own Frostlass. I'm expecting a Shadow Ball. Most people would do that and then swap out. And I was right, that was the right call there, so good shield on me. He brings out a Toxicroak. This is pretty scary. Counter damage is going to add up because it's only 1 times resistance instead of double. He goes for a Mud Bomb. I don't shield it because it's just... it'll chunk, but it won't KO. I go for an Avalanche. He might have been expecting a Shadow Ball there, so he does shield the first one. I get up to a Shadow Ball. I build up a second Shadow Ball. Will he shield this one? He does not! Bye-bye, Toxicroak. And then it brings out a Gallade. Gallade is a huge problem. This team doesn't really have a good way of dealing with Gallade. Yes, Carnivine has Crunch, which is really good, but if it hits me with 1 close combat, I'm done for. I go right down. So I go for a Crunch, he blocks it, I insta-swap into Gastro, and he swaps at the same time into Frostlass. He has no shields, so he goes for an Avalanche. I don't shield it. I want to keep Carnivine alive. I know Carnivine can take out the Gallade as long as it has a shield. We go for the Earth Power. It takes out Frostlass with ease. And right here I have to call it. Is it the Close Combat or is it a Leaf Blade? I shield hoping for Close Combat, but it's the Leaf Blade. I try to build up to a Crunch, but he gets another move. Is it a Close Combat? It will KO if it is. It is a Close Combat. Bye-bye, Carnivine. Good first game there. Very, very close. Into the second game, we have Gastrodon and the Bastiodon. This is an incredible lead. So they insta-swap into their own Gastrodon. I bring in Carnivine. This is free. I can shield one. I don't have to shield one, so I don't. Body Slam or Earth Power, I don't care. Body Slam, it chunks, but it's fine. So I try to just farm all the way down, and I do manage to get the full farm down. That's very, very lucky. I don't know, maybe it was a bad stat or something, but anyways, they bring back in the Bastiodon. I go for the Power Whip. Power Whip absolutely chunks Bastiodon. Look at that damage! That is insane! That is a Bastiodon! That should not be doing that much. Boom! Half HP. Boom, 2 Power Whips. That's crazy. Carnivine, you've done your job, good sir. Good night. Bring in the Gastrodon, he insta-swaps into Gallade. I bring in my Frostlass. This is still not great, because Close Combat will still KO me, but I'm definitely not expecting a Close Combat after he immediately swaps in. So I go for 1 Powder Snow, go for the Avalanche. He does shield it, so he wants to preserve the Gallade. He farms my poor Frost all the way down, but I have 2 shields for my Gastrodon, and he only has 1. Unfortunately, I did put in that I have Body Slam, but I forgot that I actually don't. I only have a single move on my Gastrodon, so I can't just Body Slam spam. So I opt to double shield the Gallade, because anything this Gallade throws at Gastrodon will absolutely knock it out. So he double shields Gallade. No, he still has his shield. I didn't use a move. I double shield Gastrodon. He swaps out into Bastiodon. I full farm down. I could have thrown the move and then gotten another Earth Power, but I don't even need to. I just one-shot the last Gallade there. Into the game 3 here, we have a Mirror. This is kind of scary. He insta-swaps into a Frostlass. I could have also swapped into my Frostlass and shown that this is a very, very similar team. But I opt to stay in, because this is kind of all I have to actually beat Frostlass. I go for the no-shield, hoping he's going to no-shield my Earth Power, thinking it's a Body Slam. But no such luck, he does shield it. So I bring out my own Frostlass. And he's not energy dry, but he definitely didn't have a huge lead on me, so I'm going to shield this in case it's a Shadow Ball. It was just an Avalanche, that's too bad. So we're going to build up, we're going to bait him right back, we're going to go for the Avalanche, although I think an Avalanche would KO from this range anyway. So he does shield it, he has no shields left. So I also shield because I know this is a Shadow Ball. I can feel it. There it is. So I farm up. I go for the Avalanche. I probably could have farmed up a little bit more. That might have been a mistake that leads to a loss here. We'll see. So I take that thing down, in comes Gastrodon. I'm going to hit this thing with a fat Shadow Ball. It's going to hurt so bad. Let's see the damage here. What do you do, Frostlass? Boom! Look at that. Massive chunk. So I could have swapped into my Carnivine here, but he would just swap out into something else, which is likely another Ice type. So I do bring in Carnivine, and then he swaps into an Abomasnow, and this is the game. So into the next game, we have Gastrodon into Bastiodon, another really great lead for us. They opt to stay in for one fast move for some reason. They swap in Gastrodon. I was a little slow on the swap, so I might have to double shield, or I might have to shield one. If they build up to 2 Body Slams, we'll see if they can do that before we farm down. So I take 1 Body Slam, I don't care. And then, yep, they do just barely get to 1 Body Slam because I was a little too slow on the swap. So I do have to shield if I want to take Switch, but that's fine. Bastiodon comes back in. I'm going to hit it with the whip. Hit it with the whip. Hit him up, Carnivine. Do that chunk. Boom. And we have one more. Hit him with the whip. It's going to chunk. Bastiodon's going to be crying. He's going to be begging me to slow down. But we don't slow down here. We're Carnivine, baby. So he takes down the Carnivine, and we go back into Gastrodon. He swaps in a Drapion. That's totally fine. You want to swap in Drapion into my ground type? You go ahead and do that. I will not complain. So I farm up 1 extra, I go for the Earth Power. He's definitely going to shield. He has 2 shields, there's no reason not to. So he does shield, and then at this point I'm like, you know what, I can go into Frostlass, take all of his energy. He will KO me with 2 crunches, but I don't care, I want his energy gone. Or I can farm him all the way down. I do recognize that I can CMP the crunch though, so I go for the Avalanche, and he does just let it go. Gastrodon hits 3 smackdowns on me, and I have no shield, but I'm Gastrodon. You think Gastrodon cares about your pitiful Stone Edge? Please. And then they top left, knowing it's over. Game 5, we have Gastrodon into Abomasnow. This is awful. Abomasnow just kind of goes off on my team. I don't really have an answer to this thing. So he farms up to what could have been an Energy Ball. I don't shield. It's a Weather Ball. Very obvious bait because he's a Shadow Pokemon. People usually bait with Shadow Pokemon because everybody blocks moves from Shadow Pokemon. So I swap out into Frostlass, he swaps into Empoleon. This is really bad. I go for a Shadow Ball, he blocks it. This is very bad. And then I shield the incoming Hydro Cannon. Let's see, yep. Okay, so I can get to another Shadow Ball, but it's just, he's going to farm me all the way down. It's going to be so bad for me. Shadow Ball, he blocks it again. I should have baited. This is when I kind of realized I don't bait enough in GBL. So I bring in Gastrodon. Because this thing has so much energy, so I let Gastrodon go down, and I want to go for a very big farm down on Carnivine. I do have to shield the Drill Peck though, or else I'm done for. So I farm up a bunch of energy. I was counting his waterfalls, so I go for the Power Whip here. I believe he either was 1 away or he had another Drill Peck. So I go for it as soon as I can, and he has a Gallade, and you already know how this matchup goes. I can get to 1 crunch, but I will not survive long enough to get to 2 and KO this weird-looking swordsman thing. And he does get to a Leaf Blade, and he does take me out. So that was not as close as I would have liked it to be, but Abomasnow absolutely goes off on this team. So what you gonna do? But you know what? At the end of the day, I brought Carnivine, and I got some wins, and I had fun with this thing. This thing is so cool. He's so fancy. Like I said, crunch coverage is absolutely incredible. Honestly, I'm probably going to use it in Great League at some point too, just because, why not? Like, it's very fun. It's got a pretty good moveset. It's pretty attack weighted. It's got more attack than Tangrowth, and obviously less defense, but more attack is always nice. So if you guys enjoyed the spice, make sure you subscribe for more spicy stuff in the future. Comment what you want to see in the next video. Give me a like, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!